Hi, Andertons TV, Sunday at the NAMM show. We're in the Townsend Labs stand here with Julian, and we've got a product here which Julian's going to take us through, which I don't know too much about, so I'm going to be learning as we're going along. It's a product which I think is probably going to appear in the UK in the next couple of months, we hope, but I wanted to try and maybe put it out there to see what you guys thought on our channel before we did it. So Julian, start from the beginning, take us through.
Absolutely. So this is the Sphere Precision Microphone Modeling System by Townsend Labs. The system consists of this microphone here. It's the L22. It's a dual diaphragm FET condenser microphone that actually sounds really good right off the bat. Just a good sounding microphone, but that's not what's unique about it. What's unique about it is that it comes with its own plugin right here that runs on your existing DAW or on the UAD console application. And so in combination with these two things, what we're actually doing here is we're taking the front and the rear of the capsule and we're bringing it out individually on a 5-pin to 2 3-pin XLR cable. So we're going with 2 inputs into your interface. And what that allows us to do is to accurately model the 360-degree response of vintage and current microphones as they would interact in the room, in the sound field, including the polar response and including proximity effects.
Right, okay, so it's more to do with analysing the room data around it than actually is doing anything with the mic, or I know it will affect the mic, is that what we're saying? Or?
Well, so the microphone itself is our known reference microphone that we make ourselves.
Yeah, okay.
And because we know what exactly it is, and we're capturing the polar response of all these legendary vintage microphones, we're able to reproduce that exact same sound.
Okay, depending on, okay, I understand. Okay, so that's fairly straightforward. So in the sense of the software, what can we do on the screen here?
Right, so this is what we call the single view of the plugin, and basically it gives you immediate access to all the main features to get you a great sound very quickly. Okay, so we can very, very quickly audition all these great microphones, and we can monitor through the plugin, but we don't have to commit to it. So all of these parameters are available to us after the recording is done. Even all the way down to the mix stage, we can still tweak the parameters, and we can of course also automate them. Right, so I can choose whichever microphone I like. At the moment there are 8 different models available. We will be adding 2 more models, a 251 and a C800.
Is that something that will come available free?
Yep, there will be a free update, absolutely. So, depending on what I would like, we even have something like a small diaphragm condenser, a ribbon, or the venerable 57, if you would like. Of course, we're giving you the different polar patterns that those original microphones have. Yeah. But we're also giving you in-between patterns. So the green ones indicate the original patterns, and then you can just pick whichever one in between you like as well.
Yeah. So the original mic and more, basically.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. We're also giving you interesting features like an axis control, which virtually shifts the frequency response around the mic. Just to give you different tonalities as you rotate the mic. But you don't have to go in and rotate it. You can do it all remotely and after the fact. We also allow you to adjust proximity effect. So let's say you're punching in a vocal, or you're doing ADR recording, and you are just slightly off the mic. Of course, the proximity effect changes, and with that control, I can in fact adjust how the microphone interacts, as you move in and out. So you can match takes, for example, from one take to another.
Right, gotcha.
So that's the single view. We can go into more depth here if we switch to dual view. And what we have now is we have a second virtual microphone that we can blend in with the first one to kind of give you the best of both worlds. If, for example, you like the top end of a 47, but maybe you would like a little bit more warmth from a ribbon, you can mix those together. And the beauty of this is, again, this can all be done after the recording, and also you don't have to worry about setting up different microphones. Obviously problems with phase alignment, when you're positioning them, it's a hassle. This can all be done perfectly phase coherent. You don't have to worry about it. You can just dial in whichever sound you're looking for.
Yeah, cool.
Finally, we have a really powerful feature down here, which is a little bit more advanced, what you call off-axis correction. And what that allows us to do, for example, we can say, well, we want the sound of a ribbon, which usually is a figure of 8. Yeah. But of course, there are recording situations where the figure of 8 is maybe not so ideal. Yeah. So what we can do with off-axis correction, we can maintain the sound of the model that we have selected, and then adjust the polar pattern seamlessly.
Okay. Yeah.
So way more options then. Even if you had all these mics, and even if they were in great shape,
you couldn't do this.
You couldn't do it. No.
Fine, okay.
And another thing that's probably important for a lot of people too is we give you more ideal polar patterns with this feature. So large diaphragm condenser microphones in particular, they tend to become more directional at high frequencies and less directional at low frequencies, which if you're in a less than ideal recording space causes coloration of the room sound. And so with this, we actually give you a more uniform response.
There's a lot of creativity here to actually just complete your own mic sound, original mic
Absolutely,
sound.
you can create your own Frankenstein microphone.
Right, that's right,
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's great. In a sense, I mean, obviously, someone already said to me that sort of Slate are doing something reasonably similar to this. How do you feel you're different to them?
Right. So I mean, the basic idea is very similar, but the execution is wildly different. Right. So instead of taking a single point sensor, which would be a cardioid, we're taking the front and the back, and we have all the spatial information and the directional information. So with those two channels, we can accurately model the entire microphone, including the polar response, including directional information, and including proximity effect. So this is just something that we think is pretty important when you use mics. The other thing that's unique about our technology is that it also runs on the UAD platform. Right. So if you're an Apollo user, it's really the perfect match because you get the guaranteed low latency monitoring of the console.
And the UAD stuff is very big in the UK. A lot of it gets sold out.
It's also available as a native plugin. So if you don't have an Apollo, you're perfectly good to go. But there are some advantages about using it on the Apollo platform.
Julian? Is that it? Yeah?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you want to find out more about it, there's more information on
just a little teaser here, really, this video. Is there some stuff from there? And we're hopefully going to sort of see it sometime in about
30 to 45 days.
30 to 45 days, and we should be stocking it. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. It's great.